Please make some noise again for Deportations! And being hit Alright everybody, excuse me for the microphone issues. I don't want to turn down your energy, so please make some noise! Buenas tardes. My name is Alfonso Conchestino, orgullosamente mexicano. I'm Mexican immigrants. And I'm also an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. My job here today is to run you through a wonderful program full of many organizations that are immersed in the struggle to defend our immigrant communities. One thing that I think Grupo Tlaloc's ceremony really reminded me of, though, is that there is many forms of resistance. There is many ways to be involved. There is many ways to fight back. But it can start today, like here on the streets. I just spoke to my grandfather yesterday, who recently had the opportunity to go back home to Gómez Palacio, Durango. And I don't know if especially you young people out here do this, but you should be asking your family why they came here in the first place. You should be understanding your history, because my grandfather was moved across the border. He is witnessing the scenes of people like all of you that are flooding the streets and immersing themselves in struggle again. I see all you beautiful young people, older people that have been in the struggle for a longer time, and I think the thing that unifies us is the necessity of struggle. And it can't stop. It can't just be on marches like here today. You have to continue the movement outside of the streets. And again, that's why there is many ways to struggle together. Whether you're joining a group like Tlaloc, whether you're joining a party like ours, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, you cannot struggle alone. If we have any intention of making a dent and defending our immigrant community, it can't just be coming out into the streets. It can't just be coming out and defending our people. We have to mobilize and build the power to be able to go and advance and win these struggles. So whether you are moved today to join an organization like mine, you're moved today to find your way of struggle, like joining that dance group like Grupo Tlaloc, you need to make sure that you are not struggling alone. If we have any hope of struggling and winning, we also have history as our guide. My father was legalized in a sweeping reform by Reagan. My grandfather, who originally was undocumented, was also given papers, quote unquote, by a Republican. So I don't want to hear people come and only struggle and be pessimistic and think that we cannot win. As dire as the situation may seem, as evil and racist and fascist as the rhetoric may be, when we struggle, we can win! All of us have an obligation generation, especially the young people here who are the children of immigrants. I was marching down Colfax in 2006 on the shoulders of my parents, back when there was millions on the streets struggling for a reform. And just as we have that same history as our compass, we also have to learn our lessons. Because 2006 was not enough, they demobilized us with concessions. And as much as I love and I know people who were directly benefited from programs like DACA that were the results of those years of struggle, we have to strive for more. Because it's not enough to fight back. It's not enough to be against something. We have to stand for something, and we are demanding the sweeping immigration reforms that are possible, that have been done before. Mind you, that how can any of us be considered illegal when this country, these agencies have been invading our homelands for centuries? They are the ones responsible for the destabilization, for the attacks on the economies of every single one of our homelands, including here in the United States. So again, I'm so proud to see so many people with renewed energy that want to struggle, that want to march, but it won't be enough to do it today. It won't be enough to have done it yesterday. We have to join forces, join organizations, and center our struggles together, because that is the only way forward, people. So that being said, I want to bring up one of our first speakers, Leticia, who is a proud member of the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition. Please make some noise.
I can see the truck. Come on in, y'all. No se me van a separar, Should I hold it? No, quítela. Hola, síguete. Va a tener que interpretar por ello. Súbase, yo se la agarro. Ella, ¿quieres que ella tiene? Ella tiene. ¿Me la mandaste por texto? Leti, ¿me la mandaste por texto?
Hey guys, somebody named Malave Vasquez lost.
No,
I think
that's it. If you're Malave, come here.
if you're Malave Vasquez, please come to the front. Malave Vasquez se encuentra al carro.
Thank you.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Sí saben, ¿verdad? Mi nombre es Leticia Ramírez y yo soy inmigrante de la Ciudad de México. Soy una activista viviendo en este país por más de 2 décadas.
I'm an activist living in this country for more than 2 decades.
Es una vergüenza que en estos tiempos la comunidad migrante esté pasando por esta persecución despiadada, esta opresión a nuestros derechos humanos.
It is a shame that this country, that we're going through these things in this country, and with these deportations.
Este es un país hecho y sostenido por inmigrantes.
This is a country that is being supported by immigrants.
Nosotros hemos contribuido por años en la economía.
We have contributed for the economy for years.
Pagamos taxes, creamos empleos, contribuimos con nuestra cultura diversa.
We pay taxes, we create employment, and we also share our culture.
Nuestro único crimen es no portar un documento donde se nos permite estar aquí.
And our only crime is to not have a document to be allowed to be here.
Muchos activistas por años hemos luchado porque se reconozcan nuestros derechos como migrantes, pero no solo de palabras, sino en acción.
And many activists like
me, we have fight for years.
we fought for years in order to continue this fight.
Hemos tenido al Partido Demócrata con el control del Senado y el Congreso, y si ellos hubieran hecho su trabajo, no estaríamos pasando por esto.
We have the Democratic Party to the control of the Senate and the Congress, and with us, they couldn't have protect us.
Pero prefirieron venderse al sistema y a las corporaciones.
But they would rather sell themselves to the system and the corporations.
That's right.
Si ellos desean nuevamente tomar control, deben arriesgarse por nuestra comunidad, deben realmente ganar nuestro apoyo.
And if they are willing again to take control, they should risk themselves for our community and also in order to win our support again.
Estamos aquí pidiendo por el paro a las deportaciones, a la separación familiar.
And we are here to stop the deportations and the separations of families.
Esta unión de la comunidad que se encuentra ahorita en estos momentos debe de seguir, no retroceder, mantenernos firmes en nuestras acciones y nuestras peticiones.
In this meeting of the community that is going right now at this moment, so we should continue. We cannot go back. We should stay firm and to continue to fight for our country.
Y ahora que muchos jóvenes se están levantando por los derechos de sus padres y aquellos que por miedo no salen a marchar a levantar su voz, que sean líderes y que no solo en estos momentos se hagan presentes.
And right now that a lot of young people are going out in order to fight, and but also are those people who are afraid to come out, and not only at this moment, but we need to speak for ourselves. And we need to be leaders because we want them to come out to be leaders.
Que no paren de pedir por todos quienes hemos estado en este país por muchos años. Nosotros merecemos un estatus migratorio permanente, no permisos de trabajo, no permisos temporales, ni divisiones por grupos como DACA o TPS.
We should not stop we should not stop petitioning for all the people who have been here for many years, because we deserve an immigration status permanent, not working permits or divisions like for groups like DACA or TPS.
Que este movimiento siga hasta que se nos trate con dignidad. Si tenemos que parar labores, la economía, un día, una semana, lo haremos. Ahora es el momento. Somos una comunidad resistente y resiliente.
To not stop. We want to continue until the point where we're treated with dignity. And if we have to stop our labors, our work, the economy, or for one day, for a week, we will. Ahora, now is the moment. And we're a community who is resistant open and resilient.
A nuestros líderes en el Congreso pedimos reforzar las leyes que ya protegen a nuestra comunidad aquí en el estado de Colorado.
To our leaders in the Congress, we are asking to reinforce the law that are protecting to our community, like the one here in the state of Colorado.
Que se apoyen a todas las personas quienes han sido detenidas y su único crimen es ser inmigrante.
That we need to support all these people who have been detained and their only crime is to be an immigrant.
A la comunidad que tiene miedo a salir, que al menos nos informemos de nuestros derechos como migrantes, porque tenemos derechos, porque unidos somos más fuertes.
And to the community, to of those who are afraid to come out, that we need to come out and inform ourselves of our legal rights, such as immigrants, because we have rights and because we are united. Because if we're united, we're stronger.
Hay una frase de Emiliano Zapata. Él dice: prefiero morir de pie y luchando que vivir 100 años derrotada y en rodillas.
There's a phrase I'm going to try to interpret. It's from Emiliano Carranza.
Zapata.
Emiliano Zapata. My bad.
Prefiero morir de pie
I would rather die standing up
y luchando
and fighting
que vivir 100 años
rather than living 100 years
de rodillas.
like on my knees.
Give it up for Leticia one more time. When I say Zapata, Viva Zapata, you say Viva, Viva Zapata! Viva! Viva Villa! Viva! Viva Zapata! Viva! Viva Villa! Viva!
¡Viva la revolución!
¡Viva la raza! ¡Viva! ¡La gente! ¡Viva! ¡La raza! ¡Viva!
Thank you.
Please help me welcome up our next speaker, Maria. She's a proud member as well of the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition. Maria.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos, gracias por venir y gracias por resistir y apoyar a la comunidad migrante. Mi nombre es María y soy madre mexicana, orgullosamente mexicana y de la Ciudad de México.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria. I am a Mexican mother, proudly Mexican.
Soy mujer migrante deportada y retornada. Soy una mujer fuerte, guerrera, trabajadora, estudiante, empresaria, activista, pero sobre todo resiliente.
I am a strong woman, a warrior, a worker, a student, a businesswoman, an activist. But more than anything, I am resilient.
En el 2012 comencé una pesadilla tras una parada de tráfico y una violación total de mis derechos. Y aún en este 2025 sigo viviendo la pesadilla por las leyes quebrantadas de migración.
In 2012, my nightmare began after a traffic stop and a violation of my rights. And in 2025,
Hold on, everybody. We got this rude person interrupting. ¿Qué dice el público? ¿Qué dice el público? All right. Now let's not give them any more of our energy. And Maria finished her beautiful speech. Give it up for Maria again.
And in 2025, she's still living this nightmare because of these broken immigration laws.
Fui deportada y separada de mis hijos por un lapso de casi 5 años. Eso fue devastador y muy difícil para mí y mi familia.
I was deported, separated from my children because of a lapse of almost 5 years. This was devastating and difficult for me and my family.
Fueron noches sin dormir, llorando hasta quedarme dormida de cansancio, pensando si mis hijos tenían que comer o si estaban bien. Y ni qué hablar de las consecuencias psicológicas que esto les ha causado.
There were nights without sleeping, almost just sleeping because I was tired, thinking about my children, if they were eating or if they were okay. And let's not even talk about the psychological consequences.
Pero aún con todo ese trauma que una deportación causa, no me rendí y sigo luchando.
But even with this trauma that my deportation caused, I did not give up and I kept fighting.
En México me uní a organizaciones pro-inmigrantes, conocí gente de la comunidad LGBT y veteranos de guerra que también habían sido deportados.
In Mexico, I was a part of organizations for immigrants. I met people from the LGBTQ community and veterans of the war that were also deported.
Juntos nos ayudamos a resistir y a luchar para perseverar, para poder regresar con nuestros hijos y seguir con la lucha de no permitir que sigan separando a nuestras familias y a nuestras comunidades.
Together, sorry, excuse me. Together, we helped each other resist, to continue fighting, to come back with our children and keep fighting so that no more families are separated.
Y esa resistencia es la que hoy me permite estar aquí, luchando, no solo por mis derechos, sino de todas las minorías.
And this resiliency is what today allows me to stand here to fight not only for my rights, but for all minorities.
Hoy sé lo importante que es compartir nuestras historias para concientizar a la comunidad, pero también para ayudar a entender a otros que no estamos solos, que somos muchos en esta lucha.
Well, today I know the importance of sharing our stories to get the community educated and to make others understand that we are not alone. We are a lot in this fight, and that we are not the narrative that they place on us today.
No somos esa narrativa que hay de nosotros hoy, por ahí, de nosotros los migrantes, porque la realidad es que somos determinación, economía, somos fuerza laboral, empresarios, padres, madres, hijos, hermanos, estudiantes, somos diversidad, resistencia, lucha, pero sobre todo resiliencia.
Because the reality is that we have determination. We are the economy. We are their labor force. We are business people, parents, fathers, mothers, children, siblings, students, diversity. We are resistance. We are la lucha. But over anything, we are resilience.
Debemos de saber que unidos podemos hacer la diferencia, porque juntos podemos lograr cambios en pro de nuestra comunidad y defender nuestros derechos. Ya basta de conformarnos sin tener miedo. Nuestro futuro en manos de unos cuantos que solo buscan sus propios intereses en la Casa Blanca.
We have to know that together we can make a difference, because together we can make changes, pro changes for our community, and to defend our rights. Enough with everyone that conforms themselves, who are scared. We can't let our future be in the hands of a few. For the few that only look for their interests and their ideals.
Hoy más que nunca debemos de luchar hombro a hombro por mantener a nuestras familias y comunidades migrantes informadas, fuertes, unidas, pero sobre todo resilientes. La lucha sigue y sí se puede.
Let her speak.
Okay. Today, more than ever, we have to fight, arm in arm, to keep our families and our communities informed, strong, together, but more than anything, resilient. La lucha sigue y sí se puede.
Comunidad, es hora de despertar y cambiar esa narrativa que hay de nosotros los migrantes, porque somos parte importante de la historia de este país.
Community, it is now the time to wake up and to change these narratives that have been said about us, because we are an important part of history of this country.
Porque no somos mercancía, somos seres humanos y merecemos un trato digno y justo, pero sobre todo transitar libremente por nuestras tierras que fueron robadas y en la que nadie es ilegal.
Because we are not products, we are human beings, and we deserve dignity and just treatment. But more than anything, we deserve to travel freely, because these are our lands that were stolen and no one is illegal.
Everybody give it up for Manny one more time!
Hey, sir.
All right.
Who's next?
Before we get our next speaker up here, I want to try out a new chant with y'all. So bear with me here once, and I want to hear it echo throughout downtown Denver. Este es nuestro estado. Ice out of Colorado. 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 Now speaking of ICE, who should be leaving our state, but we continue to pressure them, I am honored to bring up our next speaker, Brendan Green, the director of the East Colfax Community Collective.
Hey, sir.
Man, it's beautiful to see everybody out here today. My name is Brendan Green, co-founder, executive director of the East Colfax Community Collective. Last week, our neighborhood was attacked. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you who showed up in resistance with us. I want to start by connecting all of our energies. If everybody can raise up your hands. We're going to do a nice organized unity clap. Follow me, start slow, then go fast. Of the resistance in Colorado. Many might not know that Colorado was one of the first states to pass a bipartisan Show Me Your Papers law. It forced local police to play the role of immigration agents by reporting people they suspected of being undocumented to ICE. This law, SB 90, passed in 2006 before Arizona's Show Me Your Papers law, and is the basis for laws now in Texas and Florida. It's what the administration wants to do now on a national level. I personally witnessed the ugly face and terrible harms of the forced collaboration between local law enforcement and ICE. This looked like a mountain community in southwestern Colorado where there's one highway in and one highway out of town. A local sheriff would wait every day on that highway at 5 o'clock p.m., waiting for workers to get out of work, and would follow them, stick to their bumpers, sometimes trailing them for miles until they made a mistake and touched a white line, then pull them over and arrest them for driving without a license, reporting them to ICE and deporting them. This law looked like a situation where victims of domestic violence called the police for help, and instead of being supported, they were questioned, arrested, and reported to ICE. But we didn't give up as a community. We're an organized community. We documented hundreds of cases of abuse and profiling. Beginning in 2010, leaders from throughout the state began meeting with local sheriffs and police to explain how harmful these policies were. If anyone in our community is afraid to call the police when they're victims of crime, we are all less safe. At the peak of SB 90 enforcement in 2009, more than 9,000 holds for ICE requests were put in our community, resulting in the unnecessary and unconstitutional detention and separation of thousands of Colorado families. Communities lost neighbors, business owners, friends, all suddenly missing and disappeared. We proved that detaining people and separating them from their loved ones without probable cause was costing our state $13 million a year. In 2013, we approached the County Sheriffs of Colorado, the statewide association of sheriffs, and together we worked to draft the Community and Law Enforcement Trust Act. This act was passed in 2013 and it repealed SB 90. The County Sheriffs of Colorado voted 44-0 to support that repeal. And they were right there with our community testifying at this Capitol to get that law passed. To be clear, this was not a partisan effort or an effort that came from any party at all. This was a community-driven effort. And the community and law enforcement came together to make this happen to improve public safety. In 2014, when lawsuits at the nationwide level showed that ICE detainers were violating the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens and undocumented community alike, all 64 sheriffs in Colorado decided to stop honoring ICE detainer requests, and they continue this practice to today. Fast forward 11 years, and we protected thousands of Coloradans, keeping people together with their loved ones. Our neighbors and loved ones who are immigrants have joined the fight for affordable housing, access to health care, good education and safe schools, and many are small business owners. Now Colorado is a target for mass deportation raids because we have maintained our commitment to protect the constitutional rights of all Coloradans. We have lived through the attacks this administration would like to bring, And both law enforcement and community believe this is bad policy, and we're not going to go back. I want to remind people how Operation Aurora really originated. It began with an organized group of tenants protesting the closure of 1568 Nome Street in an apartment in Aurora. Tenants in 98 apartments were given less than 1 week's notice that they had to leave their apartments despite this building being uninhabitable for years. They went to the media and protested their living conditions and asked for more time to relocate and lifted up the failure to hold CBZ management accountable for the horrible conditions of this apartment complex. Then a video surfaced designed to distract from those conditions and provide cover for the landlord. The media and political frenzy that followed in both English and Spanish dehumanized an entire group of people based on their country of origin. This narrative is what enabled the mass ICE raid last Wednesday in Aurora and Denver. Tenants who are organizing to advocate for their rights to live in safe and dignified homes were criminalized for demanding their basic housing rights. The recent raids profiled our entire neighborhood. But unlike SB 90 when we were profiled for our accents and for not having a license, apparently now it's okay to profile an entire community for being low income. The raids on Aurora and Denver this week targeted some of the most rundown buildings in our community. They profiled and confiscated documents of U.S. citizens, asylees, and people with work permits. 3 of our members, our brothers and sisters from Mauritania, were detained without warrants, without probable cause. They took away a mother, leaving an 8-year-old boy holding his infant sister. They knocked on every door in these buildings. These were not targeted operations. There are no warrants. Only people ripped from their loved ones and unnecessarily detained without cause. With all of this show of force, only one alleged gang member has been charged. Our entire community has been labeled to further the division and benefit the moneyed and the powerful. The real villains in this equation are the corporate landlords of CBZ management who invented a false narrative to justify the criminal. And now, tenants at the edge of Lowry apartments who have been repeatedly victimized by the lack of enforcement of basic public health standards are given less than 1 month to relocate before being thrown out on the streets next week, February 18th. These families have dealt with horrendous housing conditions, ICE raids, and now we're facing imminent displacement and homelessness. We have circulating flyers right now where you can donate to support these families. Your donations will help our partner Hands to relocate these families before the building shuts down next week. So please take a moment to donate now. ¿Se puede o no se puede? Sí se puede! Thank you. I want to close with a moment of hope. In Colorado, last week, they threw the full force of the federal government at our community with hundreds of agents, multiple agencies, and armored tanks. And we met them every step of the way with the powerful force of an organized community. We have a long history in Colorado, and we will fight to defend each other. Cuando el pueblo se une, se sube. When the people unite, we all rise. We will honor our history and remember the trauma we have lived as a state under a show me your papers law. And we will stand united to demand that our constitutional rights and the policies we have passed be protected. We will organize for our dignity, for affordable housing, for dignified housing conditions, for health care, for education, for all. When housing rights are under attack, what are we going to do?
Stand up, fight back!
When human rights are under attack, what are we going to do?
Stand up, fight back!
When immigrant rights are under attack, what are we going to do?
Stand up, fight back!
What are we going to do?
Stand up, fight back!
What are we going to do?
Stand up, fight back!
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Brandon! Now before I bring up our next speaker, Jeannie, I want to, going off of what Brandon just told us, this chant should be one that should be ingrained in your brain after today, especially if I shows up. So when I say my line, you're going to say, don't open the door. When I shows up, don't open that door!
Don't open the door!
Don't open that door! What?
Don't open the door! Don't open the door! What?
Don't open the door!
What? Don't open the door!
What?
Don't open the door!
What?
Don't open the door!
What?
Don't open the door!
What?
Don't open the door!
What?
Don't open the door!
Please help welcome up our next speaker, Jeannie!
Hola a todo el mundo. Pueden ver tantas caras bonitas y tantos colores distintos. I am so happy to stand here in front of so many beautiful people and so many different colors. Because we are all the same. It doesn't matter our color. Our current administration, I'm gonna read it because it's a little bit nerve-wracking to be here, to be honest. So this is what I wrote. Our current administration is pushing on laws that demonize people like us, hard-working folks who come here to work, build better lives, and help make the American dream a reality. We undertake the tasks that are essential, yet often overlooked, from harvesting crops that feed millions to constructing the buildings that defines our skylines. To caring for the sick and elderly, immigrants are integral to the daily functioning of America. In 2022 alone, immigrants paid $194.5 billion into Social Security, aiding and providing benefits to over 109 million people. And we did it for everybody. We're not just doing it for us. This is for everybody that we give these taxes. We're not here asking for handouts. We're here because we're willing to work and contribute. I want to share a powerful quote from Cesar Chavez, a great leader who fought for the rights of workers and immigrants. The fight is never about the grapes or the lettuce. It is always about the people. These words remind us that our struggle isn't just about policy or jobs. It's about our lives and our rights as human beings. So today, let's stand together as a community. Let's push for policies that respect our hard work and protect our human rights. We deserve to be treated like the hardworking, valuable people we are, not as outsiders. Don't let them make you believe in that, because that's not who we are. We all know that's not how our parents raised us. They raised us to be hard workers, never beg. Let's learn about our rights and be ready to stand up when they try to intimidate us. When we fight with the power of knowledge, we are unstoppable. We all know that humans are natural wanderers. Throughout history, people have moved from place to place looking for a better life. Even the native people that originally habitated this land moved around before they were nearly wiped out by these selfish policies of division. At the end of the day, we're all just flesh and bones with some basic human rights. And let's be clear, our rights are not up for debate. We're human beings, and our rights, like being treated with dignity and respect, are guaranteed. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights says that all people are born free and equal in dignity and rights. That means no one, not even the government, has the right to take that away from us. When officials come at our doors trying to intimidate you, we need to know our rights inside and out. Knowledge is power and is our best defense. So what are we going to do when they come and knock on our doors? Knock, open the door. Thank you, everybody.
I'm just looking around me at this crowd. It's so magnificent, it's so big, it's so diverse. And I know precisely because we have so many Spanish speakers, this next chant better be loud. Se ve, se siente, el pueblo está presente. 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 Shout out to every single one of you because you're making so much noise, my ears hurt now. But that doesn't matter, because make some noise for our next speaker. Hey, come on up here. Where'd you go?
Hi everyone! How are you feeling? Holding two mics up is kind of hard, but we're gonna do our best. All right. Hi everyone. My name is Kaylee, and I'm a DACA recipient. And I'm also proud to say that I work for the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition. I, like many of you, have similar stories. We remember what it was like growing up. Our parents were terrified of driving anywhere that wasn't work, to take us to school, and come back home. I remember the pain of having to tell my citizen little sister what would happen if Mommy and Papi didn't come back. We were just children, but we knew the immensity of the situation. Also, it takes courage to come out here. Y'all are loud and unafraid because we have to. We are speaking for our families and our parents, nuestros papás, who sacrificed everything to be here. I want y'all to remember this feeling, how strong we are when we come together. We need to remember that we take care of our communities. We know what's best. They want us to be scared in this moment, to cower in fear, to give them over a power that they've never had. Never! But we won't give it to them. We won't give it to them because they forget we have something we have had for generations, that our ancestors have passed down to us, and that's resilience. This is what has kept us going through colonization, through American imperialism, through the state-sanctioned violence against our communities, against our brown and black kids, against our trans siblings, merely because we dared to dream of a world where we can exist as we are. where we can take care of our own communities as we have for generations. We have protected each other for decades. We have the strength and love to fight this. And more importantly, we're more than our labor. We are a community of loving people. Thanks again to everyone who came out here. Let's not back down. Remember, no one is illegal on stolen land. Let's keep fighting, porque la lucha sigue.
Good job.
Everybody give it up for Katie! So once again, the theme was like the diversity out here today is extremely important. That's why I'm so proud to welcome up our next speaker, Maura, who is a proud teacher here at the Denver Public Schools. Give it up for
Hello, thank you. Denver educators are with you in this fight. We are so proud of our students and our young people and our community who are out here this week. Trump and his billionaire friends have not taken a day off, and neither can we. That's when their racist deportation troops are stepping out in our communities trying to intimidate us, and the capitalist PR machine is trying to convince people that this is somehow good for them, it's time to educate yourself. Trump and his billionaire friends want to say this is about wasteful spending. They want to say this is about safety from criminals. We know that's not true.
Open the border.
How dare they talk about waste when they spend trillions, literally $1 trillion, on bombs and guns to kill poor people all around. How dare they talk about waste when they're teeing up another tax cut for their billionaire friends, people who are so rich we can't even wrap our minds around it. We can work for $100 and not be as rich as his friends. They have the gall to talk about waste when they passed this Latin Riley Act, when they queued up $83 billion to try to round up and deport immigrants in this country who are accused of crimes. Not even convicted, accused. And then they try to talk to us about safety in our communities. Let me tell you something. On Wednesday, when they were out here raiding in apartments in our city, my coworker Karen got a call from a teenage student who recently came here from Venezuela, who's by herself, who had no one to call but her teacher. And she was looking out her window, the tanks and the ICE agents circled her apartment building, and she said, "Miss, is it safe for me to come to school?" Does that sound like safety to you? A child crying, calling her teacher, surrounded by every type of federal pig, and their Kevlar vests with their faces covered with their tanks and guns. That's where our tax dollars are going. Does that sound like safety? Trump and Elon Musk and these ultra-rich parasites who follow him don't care. But we know what safety looks like. Safety looks like free school lunch. Safety looks like being able to take an ambulance in an emergency. It looks like being able to go to the bathroom where you feel comfortable. Safety looks like speaking your language anywhere without fear. Safety looks like good jobs. Our real enemy We need to realize that we're together, find our backbone, and fight. Because when we fight, we win! El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. 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 El pueblo
We got our last speaker, Katie, coming up before we take to the streets. Welcome up, Katie.
I don't know about y'all, but I am fired up. Are y'all fired up? I want to practice a chant real quick. When I say, no more ICE in our community. Repeat after me, let's sing it, ready? No more ICE in our community. What? No more ICE in our community. What? No more ICE in our community. Beautiful. Can I get a show of hands? How many of you all know who Tom Homan is?
Fuck 'em.
Fuck him. Big move. Tom Homan is the so-called border czar, right? He's at the helm. Big move. He's at the helm of Trump's racist, anti-immigrant mass deportation plan. He's leading it. Now, I've been watching interviews of Tom Homan lately, and let me tell you, he's not doing so well. He's a little bit upset. I say he's shook. And a big part of why Tom Homan is shook is because for months now, Trump has been saying they're going to come here to Colorado and pick up huge numbers of violent immigrant criminals. But when they got here with military vehicles like tanks, like guns, big guns, I mean, there were hundreds of law enforcement agents out there this past Wednesday from ATF, CPB, DEA, FBI, US Marshals, ICE, right? A literal army. But you know what they found when they got here to Colorado?
Us.
A strong, united community. A community that does not buy into the racist lie that all immigrants are criminals. Isn't that right? When ICE got to Colorado, they found a community of people who know and exercise their constitutional rights. Isn't that right? And don't get me wrong. One person detained by ICE is one too many. It is our responsibility to continue to organize, right? To make sure that everybody knows their rights. Because when they got here, they said they were going to detain 100 people.
Babies.
Right? But this past week, they won't even tell us how many people they detained because they're embarrassed. Their operation was a failure because organizations and people like you have been spreading Know Your Rights information. And it's our responsibility to keep doing that so that if ICE invades our community again, they encounter a community of people that knows and exercises their constitutional rights. And you know, that's what's got Tom Homan shook. We know our rights here in Colorado. Here in Colorado, if someone comes banging on the door demanding to be let in, we say, targeting violent criminals, they have a warrant, right? And if they were targeting violent criminals and they had a warrant, you'd think their operations would be quick and targeted, right? But do you know what they were really doing? ICE was going door to door in apartment complexes in Denver and Aurora, asking people things like, do you speak English? Are you a citizen? Demanding that people show them their papers. I mean, they set up a military checkpoint in the parking lot of Cedar Run apartments. People couldn't leave without ICE asking to search them. They were there with a literal army, right? Terrorizing people on their way to work, terrorizing children on their way to school. Now, this administration says they're targeting violent criminals, but we've seen with our own eyes that this is just a narrative they're using in an attempt to justify sending armies of federal agents into our communities to terrorize immigrants, separate families, and spread fear. But we are not afraid, are we? No! We have rights, don't we? Yes! And we know our rights. In fact, we know our power. When we come together like this, when we are organized, we got that people power. When I say, who's got the power? You say, we got the power. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? We hold power. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? We hold power. That's what's really got Tom Homan and the Trump administration shook. People power! This Wednesday, when they unleash their army on us, when DEA, CPB, FBI, U.S. Marshals, ICE came to town, Colorado didn't just lay down and do nothing. We didn't go home and cower in fear. Colorado took to the streets. How many of you all were here on Wednesday? Make some noise. We came out here in the thousands on Wednesday, and we are out here in the thousands today. To say, no more ICE in our community! No more ICE in our community! And we will continue to come together and take to the streets and organize until the real bad guys, the real criminals, ICE, are off of our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Let's continue to organize and protest and take to the streets, so that years from now, we can look back and say, when ICE came to Colorado, Colorado came together, stood with our immigrant neighbors, and did not back down. Y'all, this is beautiful. We have to take to the streets and signal to the country and to the world who we stand with, right? And we also have to organize. We also have to get together and strategize together. So we also hold organizing meetings on Monday at 6:30 at a shorter AME church. So I expect to see all of you out at this organizing meeting on Monday.
You all heard that right? Shorter AME Community Church this Monday. Be there, be there, be there. Now, we've had a long program. You've had a lot of patience. You've had a lot of energy. Now let's take that energy and move to the streets! Behind the truck, behind the truck!
When I say ice, you say out! Ice! Out! Ice! Out! When I say Trump, you say out! Trump! Out! Trump! Out! When I say ice, you say out! Ice! Out! Ice! Out! When I say Trump, you say out! Trump! Out! Trump! Out! When I say ice, you say out! Ice! Out! Ice! Out! When I say Trump, you say out! Trump! Out! Trump! Out! Up with the people! Down, down, down with ice! Down, down, down with ice! Up with the people! Up with the people! Down, down, down with ice! Up with the people! Down, down, down with ice! Up with the people! Down, down, down with ice! We'll never be divided! United! We'll never be divided! So people united! We'll never be divided!
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Alex with Unicorn Riot. We're here live outside the Colorado State Capitol in Denver. Downtown at the cross streets of Colfax and Lincoln, there was just a program of multiple speakers speaking on Lincoln Street, in the middle of the street, for about an hour. And now around 1,000 protesters are taking to the streets, marching down Colfax.
Okay, me too, kind of. We will not put up with ice! We will not put up with ice! We will not put up with ice! We will not put up with ice!
Folks here today are in support of immigrants and for immigrant rights, and they're protesting against Trump's administration, particularly his policies on immigration and the escalated arrests and deportations that have been happening since his inauguration on January 20th. So there are at least 1,000 people. The rally started around 2 p.m. local time. And again, there were multiple speakers who spoke about the state of Colorado with immigration law, about raids that happened this past week in Aurora and in Denver, and spoke about the importance of continuing to organize, knowing your rights, knowing that you can ask if, before opening a door to federal agents, you can ask if they have a warrant, there's a dog and it has a sign that says "I bite fascists." There's another dog with a sign.
We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace.
We want ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace.
We want ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace. Immigrants off our streets, no justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets, no justice, no peace. Immigrants are welcome here, no hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha.
Escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
This is fucking sick!
Estamos en la lucha. Hey, police, where are you? We have police, where are you? Hey, police, where are you? We have police, where are you? Hey, police, where are you?
Yeah, I want to support the Mexican American. The new, I don't know speak very good English, but I can say in Spanish. Estamos aquí soportando a los Mexicoamericanos. We have to support the Mexican American to defend his father. The father didn't have a document, but it's why we here to support it. Because we have a lot of Mexican American like this. Say, look, that's little boy. It's time to be united, to fight for this country, to support us, you know? Thank you so much.
Estado, ICE out of Colorado. 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 When I say ICE, you say fuera. Trump, you say out, Trump, out, Trump, out. When I say ICE, you say fuera, ICE, out, out. When I say Trump, you say fuera, fuera, fuera. You say out, out.
There are a few police officers on motorcycles up ahead, but there doesn't seem to be a large, obvious police presence yet.
Unido, jamás será vencido.
I'm Commerce City Councilwoman for Ward 3. I'm on the EJ Action Task Force for the state, and I run Women from the Mountain Indigenous nonprofit. I'm here with my children because we're here as life bringers to remind people to fight for their justice because it's being taken away. Human rights for our trans identity, civil rights for our immigrant communities that are also indigenous. We need to legitimately live like we're not going to take the world with us and protect those that are most vulnerable. So I'm here to do that with my privilege.
And what do you hope that the Trump administration does differently?
The Trump administration is illegal as it is. Everything that he's doing on a federal level, he's trying to force it even in local municipalities to do these illegal deportations. Not only should he be deported, but his happy ass should be arrested. He should be no president. I feel this is one of the last civic engagements other than being on city council to do something with community. You can hear their voices, you can feel their passion. If people are respecting it, then there will be no justice, no peace. I hope everybody out here go home safe and do all this with all your heart, so this better not be the only time. We gotta march until it stops. Thank you, beauty. Be safe.
Okay, I'm here today to preserve the American rights and the immigrant rights of all of our people who built this land. We are the backbone of the labor force in the U.S.
Because it's making a shadow.
Oh, okay. And we're just here to support them and remind everybody that we're not backing down, that we are here no matter what, no matter how many times they try to put us down, we're always going to stand up and fight for what's right and fight for our people, and we'll always be there for our people.
I guess, what do you hope that marches like this will change? What do you hope will happen if marches continue to
Well, we hope that it applies pressure and that it puts pressure on our representatives, congressional and in state, to remind them that you're here because we voted for you, and you're supposed to be here for your constituents, and we have our First Amendment right to protest and put pressure on all these people to remind them that what they're doing is wrong, and to remind them that we're here and we're never going to leave.
And how do you feel marching today?
It's empowering to know that there's so many different kinds of races and ethnicities here, to know that we're all united, and just like we say, we're never going to be defeated if we all find a front of being together no matter what.
Can you just talk about the sign?
So this is actually my friend.
And what does it say? What are you, a cop?
Our streets! 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 Our streets!
Yeah, all the big
is in Denver, Colorado. There are about 1,000 people here marching in the streets in downtown Denver, protesting the Trump administration's escalated deportations and arrests of immigrants.
Yeah, please. Back to run out.
Know their rights and